Well, this feels weird. I think this is only the second review we've done so far this month, but those are coming. A lot of them. Because there's a lot coming out, especially this week, and we're here to talk about one of those. We're here to talk about Hammer of the Witch, the new album coming out from Ringworm. Now, Ringworm is a hardcore slash metalcore band that is able to infuse some thrash. It just has a really, breakneck style to it. It's just really fantastic stuff. As I read one reviewer talking about this album, and they said this is what metalcore really is all about, not the sugar-coated bullshit that you get from Hot Topic. And you know what? It's funny that he mentions that because I tend to agree. Whenever you think about the term metalcore, you think about hardcore that has metal infused with it. And really, whenever you listen to a band like Ringworm, it makes a lot more sense than that which we actually call metalcore. But I guess in the end, what you really call your subgenre and what you're tagged as and things like that, it's really in the eye of the beholder and how the whole entire culture changes. But either way, this is really what metalcore is all about. A lot of thrash influence on here as well, just a lot of hardcore. Some people would even maybe say that there's a touch of grind here and there, but I would definitely say that that's very, very loose at best. These guys have been going at it for a while, too. They've been going at it since 1991. They just got signed to Relapse Records, so this is a great release for them and a great release point. Relapse has a tremendous catalog potential, and this is one that is going to fit right in with them. This 13-track, a little more than 40-minute long affair is really just fantastic. These guys went into the studio and just wrote with a fury. They wrote with a passion, and they really wanted their first record with this new deal with Relapse to really turn a lot of heads, and they've successfully accomplished that. The molding of the style here, the blending of the style, the way in which this genre that can sometimes become very samey at some periods of time. Whenever you think about a lot of metalcore bands, or whenever you think about the traditional and the non-traditional ideas, you think about variety coming in the form of maybe having something that's aggressive mixed in with something that's not so aggressive, that has a little bit more of a calming edge to it, where it almost resembles a metalcore ballad, if you really want to say that. Either that, or it's more of a pacing change than just strictly something that stays and maintains its aggressiveness with deviations within the composition on the level of what is included, as opposed to the pacing and the style. And that's something that they're able to accomplish here with Hammer of the Witch. This is a very aggressive album. This is one that does not take its foot off the accelerator. It continues and continues and continues to just barrage you with riff after riff and with just fury after fury whenever it comes to the vocal department. I love the fact that the singer, his stage name, his air quotes name is Human Furnace. I love that. We go from people that, are naming themselves after gods to somebody who just calls himself the fucking Human Furnace. And I love that because it really showcases the real difference between the two. And of course, I am referring to the super producer Zeus. Now, what we have here also is not a failure to communicate, but a fucking beast of a track with Psychic Vampire, which is track number 5 off of this release. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that this is the rust in peace of this genre, the rust in peace of metalcore or anything like that, but this song really feels as though if all of Rust in Peace were done in the metalcore or the Ringworm style, this would be a track that was on that album. Now, if you remember, Rust in Peace is one of my favorite albums of all time. It was number 1 on the list. If I were to redo the list, it may be number 2. I don't know. It's just such a damn good album. And to have an accolade like that really showcases the real ability that this song has. The solos on here are absolutely fantastic. This has instant replayability. It's a song that stands out so much that whenever you are going through the playthrough of this album, you are immediately tempted to stop that playthrough and go back and listen to the track again, and then again, and then again. This is a song that you can easily get stuck on, and you can get stuck on it for a very, very long time. That aggressiveness is not something that's amplified on this song as compared to others. However, it's one thing where this song just has the tightest execution, not to mention it really it's the best representative of the variety that you find on this album. The solos are intense, the songwriting is very, very technically proficient, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one where they're going over the top with the technicality. This is something that really does keep that hardcore root there, but man, oh man, the application of the heavy metal and the thrash infused just gives it so much power and oomph that you have to just really respect this. It is definitely an album that demands and deserves your respect. This is one that also demands and deserves your listen. I was honestly shocked. I knew that Ringworm was a fantastic band. I don't think I've ever covered them before on this channel, which is unfortunate. However, this is an album that is not only worth the coverage, but also worth spreading to all the people that you know. This is one that people are going to want to know, and one of a lot of people are going to want to hear. If you know fans that are into hardcore music, just the hardcore genre in general, but maybe sometimes lean to a little bit of metal, if you know people that are into metal, but sometimes lean a little bit into hardcore, if you like just hard, heavy music that's just a blast to listen to in any way, shape, or form, this is a must-have album here in 2014. I'm surprised to say this. This is a 90 out of 100. This is going to be on the list at the end of this year. I'm just giving you guys an FYI, and if it's not on the list, be damn shocked, because I would be damn shocked if my opinion on this in the next 6 to 10 months shifts to the, I don't even know what month it is, that's terrible, it's 9 months, would shift that much where it does not make it. It would be very, very hard-pressed for me to see that, and if you see them on the list, then be prepared to represent them well in Music Madness 2015. I have to slide that in here since we are in March and we are in Music Madness here in 2014. What did you guys think about this album from Ringworm, Hammer of the Witch? What do you guys think about the band in general? What is some of their best material in your opinion? And what are some bands like this that you enjoy also? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion about it in the comments, and I will talk to each and every one of you guys with the next review, which will be coming tomorrow.